This is the Kia Sorento plug-in hybrid, part of a growing family of electrically assisted Kias available on the New Zealand market. Over the years, the Sorento has earned a reputation as an absolute go-to SUV, and this latest version really is impressive. Great exterior looks, a fantastic feature set inside the vehicle, and of course, it remains a full-size 7-seat SUV. And I do mean full size. 1,996 litres of cargo capacity is available with all the seats folded down, and even 608 litres with the third row folded. You can also fold those seats in a multitude of ways. The middle row splits 60-40, while the third row splits 50-50, giving you endless flexibility. This thing can be a van, an SUV, and now a plug-in hybrid. You really do start to wonder, is there anything this SUV can't do? If you head to GiltrapNorthshore.co.nz or giltrap.com, you'll find a full range of Sorento models, including an amazing 6 hybrid options. The Kia Sorento hybrid range begins with the two-wheel drive EX for $63,990 plus on-road costs. And at the other end of the spectrum, you've got this, the all-wheel drive premium for $89,990 plus on-roads. So what are the differences? Well, they all use Kia's parallel hybrid drive system, but they don't all come with a plug like this one. This allows you to easily charge up overnight, and it will do it on a regular household plug. There's no special wiring required, and that will give you up to 57 kilometres all-electric range. You know, I spoke earlier about the specification in this Kia Sorento, and it's when you're sitting in here that it really comes to life. There's so much on offer. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, wireless phone charging, 7 USB ports, no less. You've got a beautiful panoramic glass roof above you, privacy glass around you, heated seats, the works. This thing is absolutely fully loaded, as you'd expect. So what is Kia's parallel hybrid drive system? Well, you're kind of getting 2 motive power sources for the price of one. Under the bonnet up front, you've got a conventional 1.6 litre turbo petrol engine, but what really powers the car around the city streets especially is a 44.2 kilowatt electric motor. So really, in a day-to-day driving scenario, you might very rarely hear that petrol motor actually deploy. It's when you get out here on the motorway and further out of town that the petrol engine really comes into its own, of course. The combined power from the car is 169 kilowatts, and peak torque comes in at 350 newton meters. Because you're relying on the electric motor in city sort of situations, it actually makes the car quite responsive in the manner of a much smaller vehicle. You know, it's a 7-seat SUV, but because you get that instant acceleration feel through the electric motor rather than the petrol one, it really sort of feels like a very responsive and nimble sort of car. It certainly doesn't feel like a large-scale SUV that it is. So I've just switched it to electric mode now, and I'm purely driving along thanks to the electric motor. But of course, if I see that my available range in the battery's going down, it's about 23 kilometres left in it now, and I know I've got more than 23 kilometres to go, I can hit that button and it takes it back to automatic mode, which means the car will decide when to use the electric motor or when to run through the petrol engine. Even without the plug-in aspect of this particular Sorento, the model itself remains just absolutely brilliant. It really is. It's got a mix of practicality and sort of premium feel as well. It's just really speaks to a brand that is extremely confident in what they're doing at the moment, and it really shows. The brand has come along in leaps and bounds in the last sort of 8 to 10 years, and they really offer some absolutely sensational vehicles. So the government's Clean Car program is based around how much CO2 a vehicle emits, and any vehicle that emits under 146 grams of CO2 per kilometre is eligible. You also need to have a vehicle that's under a recommended retail price of $80,000 to qualify. That means that there are several models within the wider Kia Sorento hybrid range that do qualify, and each of those is eligible for a $5,750 rebate as a result. Part of the media suite of features in this vehicle is a really interesting array of nature sounds. You've got ocean waves, and you've got a lively forest. So you can drive along like you're driving through, I don't know, the Congo or somewhere like that, rather than a motorway system in a large New Zealand city. The Kia Sorento Hybrid offers the best of both. You've got 57 kilometres of emissions-free driving for the city streets, and then when life takes you beyond the suburbs, you've got an efficient petrol engine as well. More than a half measure though, this car is the complete package.